Hey everyone, it's Unbreakable. I forgot the name of the I'm all excited about these Phillies. Oh my God, it's the Unbreakable podcast. Listen, Monster Mash by Bobby Boris Pickett and the Crypt Keepers. Phillies Mash. It was a smash, but on like a flash. He did the Phillies Mash. Castellanos was having fun. Schwarber was I don't know. Anyway, they should write a song. Maybe Joe Conklin's out there listening. Rewrite it from Monster Mash to Phillies Mash because that's what the Phillies are doing. They're mashing. They're just mashing. We're going to talk about the Phillies yesterday and the Phillies upcoming game today. It is Tuesday, October 17th, but who cares? Um, what a game yesterday, huh? First of all, how about that Bryce Harper? Bryce Harper on his birthday hits a home run the first time up. And do you know this was the first time since Bryce Harper's been playing baseball that he played a game on his birthday? Can you believe that? I guess because I guess they never got that far, the Nationals, or uh, he was in college or whatever, or they never played on his birthday. I don't know, but it was the first time he played on his birthday. First time up, first inning, the guy hits a home run. Can you believe it? He's given us so many magical moments since he's been a Philly, right? This was another one. The Phillies Bash. Um, Harper is just incredible. He's a legend. He's turning into a Phillies legend before our eyes, a Phillies icon. He could do anything. You know, when he doesn't do the spectacular, you wonder what's wrong, right? You would kind of expect him to do the impossible anymore. He's just great. Castellanos, boom, hits another home run. That's 5 home runs in the last 3 games. Um, Schwarber, first pitch to him, bang, home run, Schwarber. The hell was that? Anyway, the the Phillies just bashed. You know, they put the Diamondbacks on their heels. We knew Diamondbacks are a young team, okay? This is their first time in the spotlight, this team. Um, they beat the Dodgers. Great. They jumped all over the Dodgers in the first inning, 6 runs in the first game of the first inning. They put the Dodgers on their heels. But, you know, Diamondbacks are a good, solid team. And hey, it's only one game. Diamondbacks could still come back and win this series, of course. I don't think so, but they could. My point is that this is a different animal playing this Phillies team that is on a mission, uh, playing at Citizens Bank Park, which is a madhouse and the best home field advantage in all of sports. The record proves it. The Phillies are now 27-11 in postseason history in Citizens Bank Park. That is the best home record ever in the history of baseball in the playoffs. Um, so this is a whole different thing that the D-backs are facing. You know, Zach Gallen is a hell of a pitcher. I hope he comes back home to Philly when he becomes a free agent. I'd love to have Zach Gallen on the mound. But, you know, with that crowd, they had to have some jitters. I'll tell you what, something that people aren't talking about. The Diamondbacks lost that game in the first inning with the first batter. And you say, how? Well, think of it this way. Corbin Carroll flails a single in the right center field, gets on base. Naturally, you would think Corbin Carroll is going to steal. That's his MO. The guy is one of the fastest players in baseball. Steals a bag, maybe third base, puts the pressure on the Phillies right away, sends a message to the Phillies that, hey, we are here. we're going to take this game, we're going to take this series, right? Now, what does he do? Either Corbin Carroll, his nerves got the best of him, he needed run, or the Diamondbacks played it ultra conservatively. They didn't run. They didn't do, maybe they have respect for JT Realmuto's arm, which is fine. But you got to do what got you there, right? The fact that they weren't aggressive in the first inning sent a signal, a message to the team. When you're in an enemy's ballpark, like Citizens Bank Park, and you're underdogs in the game and the series, you can't just go in there and lay back and wait for things to come to you. You have to go in and take it. You have to make things happen. Don't sit back and wait for things to happen. Make things happen. A lot, sometimes that's an analogy of life, right? If you want something like a job or your college degree, you go out and get it. You go out and make it happen. You don't wait for it to happen. So to me, that failure in the first inning, when the Diamondbacks didn't score, didn't even try to run, was a failure. It sent a message to the Phillies that, hey, we're just here. And what did the Phillies do? They went out in the first inning. Schwarber hits a home run, Harper hits a home run, and they take control. I hope it stays that way the rest of the series. Zach Wheeler was terrific. He at one point retired 15 Diamondbacks in a row. Gave up that bloop hit to Carroll in the first inning, retired the next 15 guys. He's just a big time, big money pitcher. And instead of getting tired like he did last year in the playoffs and at the end of the season, it seems like Zach Wheeler is getting stronger now. What can you say? He's an ace, right? And he's one of the leading pitchers all time in the history of baseball in the playoffs. I mean, the guy's incredible. Let's hope he keeps it up. And anything else about last night? No, it's just, the Phillies, they left a lot of guys on base, which I don't like to see. When you have the second and third, one out, your first and third, you got to cash in. But the thing with the Phillies, they have to keep adding on and adding on and adding on. You get 2 runs early, you get 4 runs early. You don't take your foot off the gas. You have to keep adding on, whether it's a run here or a run there. It just stops the momentum of the opposition. If they're trying to make a comeback, by you getting a run or 2, it slows them down. Phillies have to cash in on those opportunities. Otherwise, they played a great game. The defense was great. I don't like Sir Anthony Dominguez anymore. He gives me heartburn. When he comes in, I'm afraid right away that he's going to do something stupid. I liked Sir Anthony, and I think Sir Anthony could still be a good pitcher, but I don't know. He's got to get his head together, That double play ball that he botched and threw into center field was ridiculous. Thank God he only gave up 1 run out of that, but I just don't trust him, I hate to say that, but I don't trust him. I mean, in the 7th inning, I'd be happier to use a Hoffman or a Soto or somebody like that, right? I mean, I don't know. I just don't trust the guy. Anyway, Kimbrel was a little shaky in the 9th, but he did his job. Alvarado did his job. And, that's a big advantage that the Phillies have. Bullpen. And if they play Texas in the World Series, and we'll talk about that in a minute, they're going to have an advantage in the bullpen as well. Okay, Phillies take game 1. Harper hits his home run on his birthday. Happy birthday, Bryce. made me some cha-ching. Because I told you yesterday, athletes usually do great on their birthdays, no matter what the sport. They do great. Why? Maybe they're juiced up a little bit. Not juiced up as in drugs. I'm just saying juiced up, like hyped up, happy. So, Bryce Harper, love you, man. So, that was yesterday. Now we move on. Game 2 is tonight. So this is Bank Park. Aaron Nola versus Merrill Kelly. Kelly's okay pitcher. He's solid. He's no great shakes, though. I just looked up his record against the Phillies. He pitched once against them this year. Did okay. Nothing spectacular. He's not going to blow you away with velocity. He's a game manager. He pitched very well against the Brewers and the Dodgers earlier in the playoffs. So you can't take him lightly. But the Phillies should hit him. Aaron Nola, I have a little more confidence in Nola now. He's been pitching very well. I have to give him credit. Aaron Nola has to throw strikes. He has to command the zone with his fastball, use his curveball too. Aaron Nola, I think, is going to be okay. That's what I'm trying to say. I know he could be shaky. He doesn't like to pitch in cold weather. We know that. He's a warm weather, hot and humid guy coming from Louisiana. We know that. But he does have experience in the playoffs now. I think that's the key, experience. And that's what's going to separate not only the talent of the Phillies, who are, I believe, a team of destiny. Think about it. They came 2 wins away from winning the World Series last year. They add Trey Turner, who's one of the best players in baseball. Is it any wonder that they're back in the playoffs? And hopefully going to win the World Series. I think they will. The Phillies have experience. Diamondbacks don't. I think that's going to be big. And we'll talk about Texas down the road if it is Texas. And I was happy to see that Texas won the first 2 games of the series over those stinking cheating Astros. And I'm not saying they're cheating now. They did in the past. I just don't like the organization. I don't like some of the players. That's, but the advantage the Phillies would have if they played the Rangers is, number 1, experience. Number 2, the bullpen. I like the manager of the Rangers, though, Bruce Bochy. I got to give him credit. Rangers win the first 2 games going into Houston. Now go back to Arlington, up 2-0. 3 games at home. I think the Rangers are going to take this series. I really do. And I did predict that before the series began. The Rangers are a hot team. They haven't lost yet in the playoffs. And they're pissed, to put it bluntly. The Rangers, don't forget, the Rangers were in first place most of the season in American League West. The Astros caught them right at the end, So you actually have a first place team, more or less, in the Rangers, who are playing in the playoffs as a wild card team, and took the home field away from the Astros, their interstate rival. Astros beat them all year in the division, head to head. And Rangers are on a mission. They've been on the road forever. They've only played 1 home game in the last few weeks, and that was the game that they clinched over the Orioles at home. So they're going back home. And Max Scherzer's pitching tomorrow, Wednesday, for the Rangers. So wouldn't that be interesting if Scherzer pitched against the Phillies in the World Series? But enough about the Rangers. And the hell with them. Back to our Phillies. So I think the Phillies are going to win tonight. They're going to take the series, go up 2-0, go back to Arizona. They have 3 games out there. All the Phillies have to do is take 2 out of 3. It's not going to be that easy. I can't believe it's going to be this easy. I think the stakes will be harder to beat out there. But I think the Phillies will get it done. To me, it would be okay to come back here for a game 6. Let's say Phillies up 3-2, wrap it up at home. But you know what? I just want the Phillies to win the series, okay? Whether it be there, here, wherever, just win the damn series and go on to the World Series, right? To me, I'd be happy if the Phillies swept them in 4. I don't think it's going to happen. I predicted 5 before the series began, but as long as the Phillies win and move on, that's all there is to it. Okay, I guess that's it for now. We'll talk more Phillies tomorrow. Later on in the week, we'll talk Eagles. Eagles, who? I don't want to talk about the Eagles right now. After that effort against the Jets. Ugh. Oh my. But you know what? By the weekend, I'll be all eagled up again. I'll be wearing the gear. I'll be in the closet, get my jerseys out. I'll be the cap. And I'll be all eagled up for Sunday night against the Dolphins, the Fish. So, but right now it's all Phillies. Phillies Mash. Phillies. I hope somebody rewrites that song. That's all I'm saying. I'm giving you the idea. You can have the royalties. I don't care. Phillies Mash, perfect for Halloween, perfect for this World Series run. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to the podcast. I'll see you tomorrow. Go Phillies. Have a great day. Bye-bye for now.